Alright, my recording cut out. Sorry about that. I was saying booping and focusing this out of place mantis is going to be a bit better use instead of running it down here. Seems like we're probably going to have to get back and regroup here since we lost our main DPS. We can play a little aggressive now since our magic is back. You can cancel that magic right click if you know you're not gonna hit anybody by left shifting and using that portal to TP. Here it's gonna be a bit rough, I believe. He ate, yeah, one of our teams, so we're gonna be a little staggered unless we can kill this Jeff. Once you hear the Jeff ult, Jeff should be the main priority for about 90% of the team. Oh, we're able to kill him. So here we want to keep some pressure, and we want to try and get the torch down. We still do need a hit scan. Even if the torch is bad, usually they aren't bad enough where you can be killing them on the ground. You can use high ground as magic to kind of get up. Something like a C&D is also nice if you can throw your left shift down under him and force him lower and then pull him to stun him out of movement even longer. And even as Strange, you can fly up and defeat him. Was that ours? That was. We need to call those ults, so who's ulting first, and when and where. Also, Rack ult isn't going to be useful against an ulting Human Torch, since his tornadoes are going to be able to take damage. Look how fast that's going down from one tornado hitting it alone. And usually they put two and then that breaks in a second. But I do like the aggression, but even if the Human Torch was an ulting, that your Rack ult is probably going to get destroyed early if it's too aggressive. So here, I actually would have loved to see more aggression from the C&D with the last dash. No one can one-shot you in your ult on their team. The worst that can happen is they grab you with Emma, but you already dashed past Emma. So even going up this slope and forcing their supports even further back so your team can focus killing the 3 people out of position is a huge help. But this is just a little too defensive for most scenarios. So here, I like that Strange. Good choice on targeting. Sorry, I lost my language. I believe, yeah. We may actually want to pop another ult here. It's hard to really say whether you should or shouldn't because how spread out our team is, but it looks like our C&D might die soon, and our magic might die. So if we have another support out to pop, this is where we do it. If not, we gotta play a little bit more consciously with our ults to make sure we're rotating them correctly and in time. If we can get good rotations off of ults, we can have support ults up probably like 50% of the battles. Maybe even higher if we really rotate them and stall out the fights until we win. With 3 supports, we especially gotta rotate well. I do like that we were able to use the C&D a little early in that fight, especially against that Human Torch, but it wasn't enough. So if we think we can beat this, and this might just be communication, but we should probably invest some more ults if we don't die. Here we probably want to focus Luna ult. We know that they used Jeff ult early, and we heard the Mantis ult against Ato. So we really want to get our Luna ult as soon as possible. Oftentimes you'll see higher ranked players actually stop healing for a second just to have Luna build her ult faster, and from then we can continue to push.
I am ready to put on a show!
So now to use an ult, we don't need to use support our ult ourselves because we're still down one. But if we can get in position to give them enough room that we can quickly kind of flank them and pincer them as they're over pushing with Luna ult, we can get that quick and easy kill once they're in our team. Also, Luna ult I believe lasts around 15 seconds. If the shot caller can start calling when Luna ult ends, that will be very helpful in the long time, or in the long run. That's something I needed to do with a few people. I think Doodling a Taco wanted to be a shot caller, and Nav and someone else. But, you know, the main shot callers are usually going to be a support or a tank here. Here. It looks like they're being very passive with their ults, trying to get the Rack here. I don't think Rack will be able to escape properly, so it might just be worth dying early and trying to get back and reset the fight sooner. Oh, we are actually able to get him out. We're able to focus Emma while Hulk goes in and distracts their team. That'd be huge. Nice. One more hit. Nice. So now we're going to be really aggressive. We're up one person and we're up a tank, which is huge. We can put down Rack Beacon and we'll be able to engage on these last few people. Alright. Not much we can do there. That was a little over pushed. We should dedicate probably everybody to the front of card now and try and help our Hulk get out if he needs it. Looks like we're good. And then just focusing Venom as much as possible. Not to get too kited since they can still engage, and Christian's also holding back the front line, so we need to only dedicate one support there and kind of help Christian hold back the front line here. This is a little obvious that we're gonna ult here. I do like your previous ults in previous maps where you kind of flank or you kind of don't look like you're gonna use your ult. If you play super aggressive all the time, they won't ever really know when you're ulting. And I've noticed from my own games, if you're able to just fake ults all the time, they'll constantly give you space. But over here, this is very obvious. I don't think we also called out if Luna used her freeze, so they might still have freeze here for you guys and for the ult. Looks like we are gonna go back. That's a good decision.
I am ready to put on a show.
And here we just wanna... Ooh, good bubble. Just wanna help. Ooh, we did go back too much. Jeff's gonna die regardless since he missed his ult, so we want to actually keep the pressure and keep the heals frontline, especially since Rack was there to heal if Hulk got damaged. I do like this pressure you're emitting on the torch. It is gonna come in handy in the long run. It may force him to swap off. Nice one, perfect, well done. So here, All we need to do is help the front line. Ooh, I do like that. You're keeping the heals, but you gotta be careful not to push up too far like this. Nice. Just help Venom. Help on Venom.
We are undefeatable.
Use a lot of ults. If we have any ults, we wanna also ult here. So once this is done, oh, a little early. Remember, carpet doesn't stack, so we basically just had 3 or 3.5 dashes.
Do your worst.
We did place that low aggressive. I'm wondering if that's a misclick. We also know Torch isn't dead, so be careful because he probably has ult soon.
Down to 30 seconds.
Playing a little aggressive. We do have a TP. With the TP, I've noticed some teams may actually die early to actually use the TP to get back with full health. And just kind of either shoot through the TP or use that TP to get to other high
By
grounds.
the eye of Agamotto.
This is a decent ult. Able to get 1 pick. So here, we're really gonna have to try and stabilize for our supports. We also can't leave cart. Make sure you guys are calling turns on cart. 12 seconds. Little unnecessary. I like that Rack's hiding. It's gonna help get that final touch since we only have 9 seconds. Fortunate, but it doesn't look like they're gonna see. And we know we did kill one, so we want to make sure we're holding tab, as I mentioned in previous videos, to just make sure that they're not alive, or if they are alive, then we know approximately where they are.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
So I capture, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to regroup fast enough. And decent stall. We are able to use ult. Not much we can do. I did forget that we used portal early. Here, we're just burning time for a hopeful
Put on a
touch.
show. The current score is 0-0. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I do prefer Jeff on attack here. We're gonna be able to get places faster, and we're able to help this.
30 seconds before you attack.
Able to
Get
help
ready.
this Human Torch
You know,
get
they
into
say fire and
positions
ice don't
faster
go
as well.
together, But you and me?
Hold on. Are you actually
With
hitting me as the
Ato
world
on
ends around
Hela,
us?
which is pretty
Depends.
strong.
Would that be a bad thing?
Ask me again after we save reality, hotshot. The battle starts in 5.
We are
4,
giving a little bit too much space. I see teams often hold
3,
this corner on this map. And usually the idea behind holding this corner is get a few shots in until Spiderbot drops the payload, and then push back to about here and even a little bit further. That way supports can use this room. This high ground is open for your DPS like Hela. Hela can also use this high ground and rotate over or rotate back, and then rotate over here, so keeping in mind escape routes when we're taking aggressive angles. And overall, we're able to get that early tick damage. The downsides are they might know what we're playing earlier and can swap to counter it.
1.
I would like to say, I've tried a bit of... Oh god, I forgot his name. Ultron. I did try a bit of Ultron, and Ultron seems pretty powerful. If since he kind of just 3-shots every squishy in the game, which is faster than Hela, or at least less shots than Hela. And it's basically a flying Hela. It is a bit weaker heals, which is why you kind of want to run him with 3 supports, and you just put your drone mostly on people that are far away from your team. But also, if your team's all bunched up, having those multi-hit supports like Ultron is going to be helpful to heal everybody up to full faster. And they're obviously going to want to play aggressive with the Ultron, so you can use the high ground cover as cover. So we want to kind of try and catch him out of position, maybe catch him during a rotation. So I want to play some kind of weird angles with an Ultron. Oftentimes I found success playing here as a Hela, since the Ultron will either go up here and then you can headshot, body shot, or you can just quadruple body shot and either rotate into this and get the health pack, and if he chases you then he has to go out the same way he does, or he went in, or you can drop down from bridge and hide in this corner and kind of just force him to either chase you and force him even more out of position, or just be able to catch him out of position, since no one can really help him here. He's probably just going to be jiggle peeking here though, so you want to make sure that you're able to get out as well. Here, we know that they have a Venom, we know that they have an Ultron. Ultron's going to be strong against our Torch, since our Torch doesn't have a pocket and their Torch does. So all we really need to do now is kind of dedicate one support maybe to frontline, likely either Invisigirl or Luna, and then the other supports need to be healing Hala and sorry, Human Torch. I keep forgetting his name. Snowflake on Human Torch is really good. And Invisigirl actually should probably dedicate herself to Mainon, since Mainon's going to be taking damage, and so is Torch going to be taking damage, so you guys should get your ult about the same time. As for Jeff, it's going to be very helpful just doing that tick damage on Torch, and if you see him out of position and you're able to hit a right click on him, they'll actually knock him out of the air. So if you're able to chain right clicks, the pattern's pretty predictable once you hit the first one, to just follow him down and kind of force him on the ground for a few seconds. And hopefully your team can engage on that. Right here, we just want to stay safe. This is hard peeking. I know that they don't have the people to kill you, but just be aware of where your cover is and where your escapes are and health packs. Yep. So the Torch and Venom dive is going to be strong. We're probably going to want to change off of I think Strange, I would say here, to try and get a mag and stun that Venom, or be able to bubble your supports that are getting dove. But this is a really hard matchup, since Venom and Torch and Ultron are pretty strong. I know we suffered a lot against Dive in the past, and I'm hoping that the next scrim we can do against the Dive team and just get practice on it. So here, I like that push. We just want to fall really far back, trying to stay away from main. We just lost our Hello, so now we just have to help Torch get out, or we want to die early and try and get a TP back. So make sure we're finding our escapes, leading with our Jeff, not staying middle and main to be shot at other people. And this is just a get out or die situation. We can't do much here. So TP imminent. We probably want to TP to this high ground, or yeah, perfect. This high ground or that high ground. where we can kind of get safer for our supports, since oftentimes tanks aren't thinking of where to position their supports after TP. But I actually do like this TP here. This is pretty strong for us. Here. Up Christian as much as possible. Calling heals in case we didn't. Here Ato should call if he's diving. He's distracting one, he won't be able to kill. Get out and wanna get back now. It looks like we're down. So we might wanna just die on cart. And that is game. I unfortunately wasn't there to hear the callouts, but hopefully I can get a video out regarding callouts and the typical callouts you'll hear in a game. And overall, I do agree with OK Llama's takes, where some positioning errors and struggling with dying. We do need to keep some aggression, but we also need to be able to collapse on our supports and kind of help them through the dive. Any comments from my guests?
I got one question.
Yes.
Maybe for like comp design? How come they didn't run Ultron there in the in that Human Torch comp?
So they don't play Ultron. As far as I
okay.
remember, Judith and Taco, I've only seen him play Rack, I think Luna, and Jeff mainly.
I see. Because isn't Ultron like super strong right now with Torch? Because he kind of
Yes.
like just the burst combined is really strong, right?
Yes.
And then your other two supports can just focus on the tanks on the ground. Ultron just takes care of the flaming guy.
And Christian's a good Human Torch. I believe he also played Ultron, but I don't think he's played Ultron in high rank. I know Sniff plays Invisigirl and C&D. And Bub, I think I've seen them play Jeff, Luna, and C&D. But it's been a while since I seen the last few games. But yeah, Ultron. It's nice if you can learn an Ultron, but unfortunately, no Ultron players here. We are going to be running tri-support every match, though, since we do have a lot of support players and not that many tank players. Any other comments?
I've just returned. No.
Welcome back.
Oh, welcome back. Or
I didn't see
missed
any
the
of the
entire
video.
game.
But yeah, I'm here.
I have a question about comp design now. So when you have the choice between either two tanks and a DPS or two DPS and a tank, right? With the three support comps. All right. So when do you decide when to go two tanks and DPS, and when you go two DPS, one tank, and
So-
how can you counter other comps with your comp in that regard?
The main issue with going two tanks is dive is very prevalent against the teams that they fought. So dive is their biggest issue, and two tanks suffer from dive due to lack of movement unless you're running something like Thor Cap or even Thing. As far as I remember, we have a Thor, but the rest of the team doesn't really play tank. Christian flexes tank, but he's best on DPS. And typically you'd run two tanks, one DPS, three supports, or 2-1-3. When you really want a strong frontline to distract their frontline, while the DPS that isn't playing tank is able to just go with one support and kind of off angle or even just kind of invest in that DPS like Ultron Torch to hopefully make them attack stronger and take these off angles and take kind of focus away from the tanks, because if the supports take damage, they're going to want to try and back up and they're not going to want to try and stay main.
Right. So then, in a case like that, then if you're running a comp where it's 2-1-3, then you probably want some. So I think they had like for a dive, and then was it a strange or someone else on
our team,
tank? Yeah, on our team.
Christian
And then
as Hulk, and we had up above as Strange here the entire time, I believe.
okay, and then was it Magic on the team as well? So would it be better to run like a Punisher or something like that as like a stable output DPS to lock down the back line? Or does Magic work in a comp like that? Because I think the Venom was a problem in the fights.
Magic does
which
work,
I could see like the supports were
dive,
struggling.
Yeah, dive is the main issue we suffer with. Magic does work in typical comps like that if you can consistently distract and kind of take these flank and off angles with Magic. Since the team up with Magic and Strange, you can hook two people next to each other and just completely dive them, or take a large chunk of health before forcing them to get back. And it does work, but we're not utilizing the team up completely, since it does require aggression from our side, but that's being taken away instantly by the diving Venom.
Well, what if we just like make some strategies around that? Like, can't you play like a front to back kind of thing where you just dive in tandem with like your Hulk and your Magic, shred one or two of the supports like that, and just immediately run back? Does that work?
You can. And
you know, like
I
how in
think
League
that
people say
happened-
play front to back in a fight. You know?
Yeah, that did happen, I think, somewhere around here, where we were able to dive with Magic and someone was able to follow up. But the second we did that, the Venom just ruined the momentum, because it forced all the supports to focus him, since he dived straight in. I believe it's like even back here where we kind of did that. But it's just every possible momentum we had instantly kind of diminished due to the Venom dive. So if we're able to,
but what I'm saying though is like, I'm saying like it becomes like a we kill them faster than they kill us kind of situation.
Trading
like the double dive kills the
is...
support faster than the Venom, because the way I see this is that your backline lives a little bit longer because it's just one Venom, where you have a Hulk and a Magic going in. I don't know.
It goes to trading backlines, and trading backlines is good for us because we have a rack, so we're able to get plus one person in the backline, and we have 3 supports, so it's going to be harder to kill. But the main problem is all 3 supports. Once one support is being dove, all 3 of the supports are being dove, and they're trying to help each other, which I do agree.
But don't we have a rack
to
kind of who usually positions away from the other 2, right? Can't the other 2 just like literally just hold hands healing each other basically, and then just Rack kind of just, even Rack could low-key join the diving team. Yeah. Maybe that's, I don't know, like I haven't seen this, but I don't play high level. I'm just a good dude. Like I just work here. I don't know if this is a Wendy's, but like maybe that could work if they like this comp, if this works for them.
That will work, but
they could try this out.
The main issue once again is going to be that they're
trading backlines.
Yeah, trading backlines. They might have one dude diving, but it's taking away 3 supports from everybody else. And if you've
but like,
seen them dive,
like
hold on. If you've
seen
them dive, once we're diving, it is front to back, whatever. We can do that, but their whole team is focusing on getting rid of the dive. So it becomes a 3 up here, V5, and then a 1v3. And Venom just has too high of health and requires too much attention for us to actually sacrifice time on him, or time ignoring him, I should say. So it's going to end up being, 3 are diving, that's all good and dandy. Maybe Rack joins, right? And they can just hold hands healing each other, but it's still going to be either a 5v5 or a 3v5 and then 1v3, with the 1 being basically a super strong wall. So it's not going to work.
Can we leverage like shields here though? Because doesn't Hulk have like does Hulk shield give like, it's like Magneto, right? Where it's just you're invulnerable during that shield?
Yeah, but that's not going to be enough. The shield ticks out super fast and it's breakable. The main issue
What if you could
is
play like an
even
in and out kind of thing? You go in, you target one guy, like both divers call out one guy, nuke him down, and then you just get out, and you just keep playing that way. You can do like front to back, as in like you dive in and then you immediately turn around and focus the venom, and that's on your team.
that has that's how you play dive in a normal sense, but we're not able to kill anybody super fast.
All right, fair enough.
Magic, you can burst down someone, but if they get healing even once within your dive, you're not going to be able to kill them with dive as magic. Even if everybody is hitting them, their whole team is still focusing on saving that one person. Even if we did get that super good first pick, that you're saying in and out, the ability cooldown on Magic is going to be too high. She is really kill one person and then everybody engages sort of character. And if she's not going to be able to do that, she needs to be distracting at least. So forcing them to like look behind, be a little scared, play a little closer, and then we can play something like Squirrel Girl or Iron Man to kind of do burst damage as they're playing close to avoid magic. So we can do that, but overall, like the kind of lockout that we have as a magic to just dive in and dive out, like you're explaining, is too high. And so once we dive in, we're gonna have to stay there for a bit before getting out, and it's like 12 seconds of basically 5v3 and kind of 5v2 since we're out of abilities.
Got you.
Someone like Strange is going to be able to kind of drop in, and so can Magic, but her main burst comes from her movement abilities that she has. So,
Teacher, I have one more question.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, are there like set plays in Marvel Rivals? Like I haven't watched Overwatch. Plays in there, but like yeah, where you kind of like what I was explaining, like where you kind of just outline like a specific sequence.
Yes. There's compositions and plans that are typically found, like that dive plan that we were mentioning, that is typically found in high level, but the issue is like our team doesn't play those certain characters. We play a weird mix of characters, and we don't have a very good defined win condition a lot of the times, and it just boils down to if Ato can get his ult early and bait out both or all three support ults to try and get a really good kill early.
I see. Understood.
We did play Brawl before, and we did play Poke before. We're a bit better at Brawl, if I remember, which is just go in and out heal everyone. But it really suffers on dive. Brawl is good against dive since you don't have a predefined dive target, but we're really just kind of playing dive brawl, which means basically we have mostly brawl and then maybe one or two dive characters. And so our overall team composition isn't necessarily the best. I know when I was spectating the reserve team, the sub team, we did have a little better team composition, but it just boils down to the same thing overall. Any more questions?
Nah, I'm gonna let you go. You're good.
Alright.
I'm good.
That concludes this video. This recording's like 49 minutes long. Yeah. So hopefully we're able to play against the dive team next. And remember what I'm saying, like Punisher, Namor, Hela for anti-dive. And that was really good against the Thing, I've noticed too, through my own plays, since the Thing's head hitbox is very big too. So if you see the Thing, and we're wanting to play dive with like Ato being magic, they might use the Thing, and then we want a Hela just to spam down that Thing and get ult fast from him. Did you have something to say?
Can't confirm. No, I was just gonna say can't confirm. Thing's head is big, hella big, just like Penny Parker's.
Yeah, pennies
It's a magnet.
is huge. Yeah. That concludes this video. Thank you. Have a good one.